video in our September series. Today I want to talk to you about helping your mentee manage stress. I think that all of us are experiencing a lot more stress and anxiety these days, and children are no exception. Some kids may be nervous about COVID and their safety, some might be wound up from being at home so much, and others might be struggling with changes at school. These ideas are meant to help with almost any struggles they may be facing. The first thing you can do when your mentee is anxious or worried is remind them that their feelings are normal. Sometimes we get stressed out about being stressed out or feel like we're alone in our concerns. Reminding your mentee that their feelings are valid can go a long way in relieving some of that stress. You should talk to your mentee about the facts of the situation. This isn't meant to convince them that there's nothing to worry about, but instead to make sure that they aren't worrying on an unhealthy level. It's easy to imagine things much worse than they are, and you can become overly anxious. For example, if your mentee is nervous about returning to school in person, you should talk to them about the safety measures in place and explain how those precautions will help them and others. They may still be nervous, but knowing these things will help keep their fears manageable. It can be very helpful to give your mentee something else to think about, and this is where mentor visits come into play. We understand there may be some limitations, but it's so important to plan in-person or virtual visits whenever you can. Having an activity planned will give your mentee something to look forward to and even think about after the visit is done. You could even come up with things to do during the week. For example, you can both keep a gratitude journal and write down a few things each day that you're grateful for. Then you can share these during your next visit or conversation. It's important to be proactive and to communicate with the team if necessary. You should talk to your mentee about what their concerns are. Some of these things you might be able to address with the tips that we already discussed, but others might be beyond your scope, and you should feel comfortable talking to the caregiver or case manager for extra support. Don't be afraid to have these conversations with your mentee. We don't expect mentors to fix everything, and if you need help, you can ask for it, but it's important to know what's going on. Sometimes just listening can make a world of difference for them. I hope you found these tips helpful. Everyone has something a little bit different going on, but I think these ideas will help in a lot of different situations. Please remember that you don't have to handle everything alone. You can always reach out to your coordinator for support, and you can talk to the caregiver and case manager too. In my next video, I will be going over virtual visit ideas. We have many mentors who aren't doing in-person visits yet, so this will be helpful for them. But virtual visits may also be helpful for people who are doing in-person visits. It's still pretty tricky to find activities, and it's especially difficult to find free or low-cost activities. So mixing in a virtual visit, maybe once or twice a month, could be helpful. If you have questions or ideas for future videos, please be sure to comment or reach out to your coordinator. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.